The virtuoso of the present C Class is that it does totally its very own thing, leaving any semblance of the Alfa Giulia and BMW 3 Series to be lively, and concentrating rather on agreeable Solace. Nowt's changed with the vehicle's huge midlife update, and keeping in mind that the main part of Cs are back-wheel drive, they're not really autos that permit or urge you to investigate the external furthest reaches of their grasp. Rather, there's only a perfect, certainty-moving parity when you're driving energetically, which could in all respects effectively be the benefits of a pleasantly set-in-advance wheel-drive vehicle on the off chance that you didn't know generally. Solace and refinement are the champion highlights, and you should be especially overwhelming with the throttle for any of the motors to make themselves unduly heard. There are 3 diesels to browse, with the 191 bhp/295 pounds-foot C220D liable to be the default decision, particularly as it guarantees over 60 miles per gallon and accompanies the alternative of 4-wheel drive. Diesel's somewhat of a messy word nowadays, obviously, and Merc's choice to fit the C Class with some intriguing new oil motors is most likely wise. The C200 opens up C Class valuing only north of £33,000, and its gentle crossover innovation is something we'll see progressively in Merc models, execution renditions notwithstanding. Electrical help is given by the alternator as opposed to a group of batteries and engines, yet the hypothesis is more fascinating than the training, as everything mixes in pretty secretly. Switch the C200's drive select into its more eco-disapproved of modes, however, and you'll detect the electrics humming without end as you haul out of intersections, while the motor will remove as you coast towards intersections or on the motorway, to additionally spare fuel and cut discharges. Change to Sport and Quick and Hard, and the electrically gave 14 bhp is altogether used to execution, however doing as such is presumably overlooking what's really important a bit. Everything except the passage-level diesel accompany a 9-speed programmed gearbox as standard, and it functions admirably in the C200, where it deals with the vehicle's fascinating force source when left in auto mode. In faster C classes, the C300 oil included, it's occasionally better to assume manual responsibility for the transmission with the guiding wheel paddles. With 9 riggings, it's maybe justifiable that the vehicle's PC cunning may not generally pick the one that is ideal. The C300 is a delicate motor as it can sound very brutal when revved hard, yet as a turbocharged 4-chamber filling the job of an old 6-barrel, it makes a good clench hand of its unenviable assignment. On the off chance that regardless you need a 6-barrel, at that point it'll be the C43 AMG you need. It's an appropriate result of the AMG division, a trim line, as well as it's less forceful than the full, V8-fueled C63. AMG offers a fairly wicked game's fumes, however the C43 is generally a reasonable act vehicle in the vein of an Audi S4 or such like. It has standard 4-wheel drive, and keeping in mind that it sends 66% of the motor's 385 bhp to the back wheels, it's more about grasp than slip. You can continue some appropriate pace in it, however exhaust note aside, it is anything but a tire-destroying bore like the full-fat, 503 bhp V8 prepared C63 AMG. That vehicle's about as characterful and powerful as Cantina autos get. It at first looks overwhelming as you move inside, with an unnecessarily perplexing cluster of catches on the wheel. However, once you're in a hurry, it works magnificently. The blend of the little touchpads on the haggle inquisitively slight media screen help guarantee your eyes once in a while stray from the street, notwithstanding when you're working something complex inside the sat-nav. Stay away from the base spec C Class and you'll advance beyond you, and they're unbelievably customizable, with 3 diverse shading plans and the capacity to switch the right-hand dial between a major sat-nav show, a G-meter, nitty-gritty trek information, or a decent outdated rev counter. In the C43 AMG, there's a further dial setup that sticks an immense rev counter slap blast focus and opens up lap clocks, in addition to some other gimmicky presentations. While an Alfa Giulia or BMW 3 Series is smarter to drive, the C Class battles back with progressively inside room and helpful down-to-earth contact. Tall grown-ups will fit flawlessly in the back, their solitary conceivable bogeyman being not exactly enough space to opening their feet under the front seats. As referenced in past slides, it's overly refined in here, as well. We tested the C Class on the superhighway, normally, and at anything beneath 120 miles per hour, both breeze and motor commotion are creepily missing when you're cruising. So simply envision how nice it'll be on a British motorway with progressively stringent speed limits. The C has dependably resembled a cutback S-Class outwardly, and it completes a not-too-bad impression of its elder sibling's extravagance inside, as well. Applause for vehicle insides doesn't get a lot greater, we'd recommend.